is my first review. I really have to get this right, so time to channel all the reviewers I've watched over the years to finally get over my hatred of writing scripts and try something new. I've got this new avatar, a really nice background, a new microphone. I feel like I'm hella prepared to do this, and I'm willing to do more only if you guys are interested. Now to get on with what you are probably here for. Let's talk about Sonic 3. There will be spoilers ahead. You have been warned. What to start with? Let's start with the child murder. I do love Five Nights at Freddy's, so I was hoping for them to show the child being murdered, but what they did show was a good alternative. They show the girl, whose name is Maria by the way, covered in burns and rubble from the exploded lab, and it looks amazing. The emotions Shadow has are really good, and the way Jim Carrey acts as the Granddad Robotnik is also really good. Also, I have in my script that he should have gotten 2 paychecks for playing 2 characters, but if we're going by that logic, Ezra Miller should have also gotten 2 paychecks, and I don't really want to think about that. I completely understand why Shadow and the Professor are doing the things they're doing. The flashback scenes with Maria and Shadow were also really good, although I do wish there were more of them, and if they could just go on a touch longer, but they're still amazing just the way they are. But those flashbacks, you can see why Shadow is filled with so much pain and regret of not being able to save Maria. Although with the dancing one, with the wave, the Shadow can be a bit stiff, but you barely notice, or you could say it's because it's when he first gets out of the test tube. Alright, now let's move on to another part of the movie, the gun headquarters heist. This is probably my least favorite part of the film. It does go on for just a bit long, and I never really cared for the humans in the 2 movies. Sorry, did I say 2 movies? That's because I only saw the second one and then this one. I never really got around to watching the first, since all I've really heard about it is that it was pretty mid, and then there was the ugly Sonic thing. Anyway, the heist feels like it takes way too long to get started, and I never really cared for the dancing Eggman scene. It felt like they had to put it in the movie since there was a bunch of serious scenes before it, and they needed a funny moment. The moment when there was the strong gravity in the anti-gravity floor also felt just a bit too childish, but on a second viewing, it was okay. Alright, now I want to go into the finale. I really liked it. I'm a Nintendo girl at heart, so I have never gotten into the Sonic lore that much, and I've never really played any of the games. I do remember playing either the very first game or the very second game for a few minutes, but that's pretty much it. I do have a few Sonic character plushies, so I do know some things, and I even know a bunch of the characters. Even though I haven't played any of the games, or the game the movie is based on, which is Sonic Adventure 2, I did know that Eggman makes an announcement to Earth and that Shadow saves everybody on Earth by sacrificing himself. What they do in the movie with Robotnik and Dr. Stone is amazing. The gay love they have for each other can be felt by everyone. In the theaters, at least, the people in the movie probably don't even know who this random person on their TV is when Robotnik makes his Earth announcement. But that's okay, since the only person who needed to hear it did, and Dr. Stone starts to cry inside as he says goodbye to Robotnik one final time as Robotnik ends his speech to the Earth and begins to sacrifice himself to help Shadow save everyone. Thank God I saw the Shadow Generations game theory before I saw the movie, or else I would not have known why Shadow taking off his golden bracelets was a mini big moment in the movie. For those who don't know, they are apparently inhibitors. They dampen his power when he's wearing them. I did wish they explained that in the movie itself, but it is a part of Shadow's design, so the filmmakers probably didn't question it. The Granddad Robotnik was acting like a really petty dick to his own grandson at the very end, but he was killed for it, so I guess I can say he got what he deserved. I loved how we also got to see Super Shadow and how he was a touch more silver colored compared to Super Sonic. That way you can differentiate the two. I also like how they destroyed the moon, although I don't know what they're going to do with that in Sonic 4, but I guess we'll see. Alright, final spoiler warning for the post-credit scene. Alright, the very last thing I want to talk about is the post-credit scene. I'm not sure why they just shoved Metal Sonic in, but he does look amazing, and it makes sense that there would be more of him since he is a robot and can be replicated. I was hoping they would choose to put in Rouge the Bat next in the next movie, since she is normally a love interest to Shadow, but it makes sense to put in Amy first. for all I know, they'll put in Amy and Rouge together, but they just wanted to show off Amy first for the end credits. I do love how her hammer looks, but for some reason her hair just looks a touch bit off. If you look at the movie version next to the game version / Sonic X version, hopefully you can see what I'm talking about. Alright, well that's going to be it for this review. It was somewhat fun putting my thoughts into a written form, but it's not really my kind of fun since I don't really like writing. Hopefully I'll have more fun voice recording, and I'd say it is fun talking to myself. Alright, I guess I can give it a number score. I feel like the movie was an 8 out of 10. Also, I'd say the second movie would be a 7 out of 10. I would score the first movie too, but then again, I have not seen it. Okay, that is going to be it. Thank you for watching this review. Have a really nice day, and let us pray that 2025 be a good year. As I am recording this, the Switch 2 has just been announced for April, and Poppy Playtime Chapter 4 releases in, I think, a week or two. So this year is off to a really nice start.
You do or what you say. Now welcome to the end.